I am Daryl Powell Lee. This is the Realtist Report. It's a pleasure to see you guys again. Today we have a special guest with us. I know I always say we have a special guest with us, but that's because we always have a special guest. Today we have Fosta Smith of Exit Strategy. How you doing, Fosta?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing much better now that you're here.
I mean, you said it.
So let's talk about Fosta Smith, Exit Strategy. You are a real estate broker. How long have you been a real estate broker?
So I have been a real estate professional since 2016.
Since 2016.
Yep.
Okay. And what got you into the industry?
Thank you so much for asking. That's a great question. Before I answer that, I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you for the opportunity to be a guest.
Oh, we're blessed. Realtors Nation is blessed to have you here.
I truly appreciate it. So I wanted to become a real estate professional because at the time, my then fiance, we were looking for a home and didn't know where to start.
Okay.
At all. So I said, you know what? I'm going to get my license and then I'll know the entire process and I'll be the agent assisting myself and my family with the purchase of our home.
I normally don't interrupt a good story because
Okay.
it sounds like a great story. I gotta ask, right? Like, so the mindset, the thinking behind someone that goes, I don't know where to start.
Right.
So not only am I gonna learn, but I'm going to become a professional in that space. So that's sort of like, man, my car is making this funny noise. You know, and instead of, you know, just finding a mechanic, I'm going to become a mechanic. Like the mindset behind that is amazing. So you are trying to figure out how to purchase a property. You don't know how to go about doing it. So you have this light bulb moment where you say, I'm going to be a real estate professional.
Yes. So let me give you a little bit more of a backdrop behind it. At the time, I was working at a call center in customer service, and the call center was exhausting my position. So I was receiving a sort of like a severance package for leaving that position. So I said, I'll have time on my hand. I'll go ahead and take that time and learn the skill set needed to purchase. So my fiance then is my husband now. He was an employee with the railroad, so we didn't have to worry about bills, so to speak. And that's what I did. I took the time to take the class. Oh my goodness, I took the class a few different times and then passed and became a licensed real estate broker.
So let's talk about the class.
Okay.
And becoming a real estate broker. For Realtors Nation, those that don't know, what is that like? Is that a all day thing? Is that an afternoon thing?
Okay.
Is it like? Could you tell me a little bit more about what it takes to become a licensed real estate agent?
Okay, so at the time, I took the 2-week accelerated course the first time. And you're in a classroom setting. It was all day. It was from like 9 to 4, I want to say.
So you were at work, like the 9 to 4, like
Yes.
you're at work.
Yes. It was from 9 to 4 for 2 weeks. And in a classroom setting, once you finished the class, you had to take a final exam in the class prior to taking the state exam. So you're allowed 4 times to pass the state exam before you can receive your license.
Okay.
So at that time, I did not pass it the first time around. And I was a little discouraged because I'm not accustomed to that. But I'm not a quitter.
Okay.
So I went back and took the class again the following year so I started in 13 and I didn't get licensed in 13. 14 life happened, and anybody can understand that. So life happened in 14, but I came back in 15 and took the class again and passed it in 15. And I got married in March of 15. Passed the class in May of 15, and then start shopping around brokerages in 2016, January of 16. Yep, that's how it went.
So if all right, so you took a 2-week accelerated course.
Yes, the
right?
first time. Mhm.
The first time. And after taking this accelerated course, you have to take an exam, I imagine, to come out of the the class to
Correct.
be to be passed out of the class. You have to take that exam.
Right.
Then there's another exam.
Right. So then there's the state exam.
There's the state exam, right? And the state exam is broken up into two parts, right?
Correct. The state and the national is broken up into two parts. You're absolutely correct. So when I took the state exam, I passed the national piece of it, but I didn't pass the state. So you're allowed 4 times before you have to take the entire class all over again.
Wow.
Yes.
And how many hours does it take for you to be qualified to even take the exam?
So it was 75. I want to say it was 75 hours.
Okay, so you would have had to clear another 75 hours out of your schedule in order to take that
Correct. Yes.
exam again.
That's exactly it. And I'm not a quitter. All I saw was, once this has been satisfied, the next step, sky's the limit.
So in 2015, Fosta Smith becomes Fosta Smith Real Estate Professional.
That's true. I was so excited.
Right.
Oh my goodness, I was so excited. I was taking if I can give you a little bit more story, then I'll go to it. So I was taking the exam at H&R Block. They knew me because I was in there like every week until I passed it.
Okay.
And I told him, I said, listen, we might as well get to know each other because I'm going to be here until I pass it. He started cracking up laughing. So when I come out to take it the first week out of class, I didn't pass it. He said, well, I guess I'll see you next week. I said, no problem. I came back. He said, oh, man, you missed it by a couple points. I said, okay, no problem. I came back that last time. I just got married in March.
This is number 3.
This is number 3.
This is number 3.
Yes.
Okay.
I just got married in that March, and I was so like, oh, my goodness, I'm not going to our honeymoon with this on my back. I have to get this taken care of before we leave. So the last time when I went to H&R Block, I take the exam, and he says, well, I guess I won't see you anymore. I said, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I'm so excited. And I passed it. And so now the next step was, what brokerage will I work for, who will hang my license with, and how we can, when I say we, myself and my family, how we can purchase our first home. So I was so excited.
So 2013, the journey began.
Oh,
right?
yes, the journey began at 13.
To purchase a property. And so you life happened.
Yes.
And you stopped that pursuit for a brief time, and then you picked it back up in 2015. So during that time, the goal of home ownership, what happened to that?
It was always in the forefront. I was still looking on Zillow, Trulia, for properties. Then it was a dive in credit. So we had to get some things squared away with credit so we can get back on the path to purchasing. And that's what we did. I had to research everything. I had to research the credit repair specialist who assisted us. I had to research. So once I became licensed in 2016, I was on a team with a very prestigious, established real estate broker.
Okay.
He had been in the game for like 30 years. So I was brand new in the industry, and I was one of his top buyer's agents. And so I had built relationships being on a team. So when it was time for myself and my husband to purchase, we had all of our ducks in a row, as my aunt would like to say. We had all of our ducks in a row.
Nice.
So we were able to lean and leverage the relationships that I've built with the lender, the attorneys, the credit repair specialists, so that we could purchase.
Outstanding. So, I mean, it's an amazing story, and then it says a lot about, I can imagine, your clients and how much you can relate to them in terms of the journey that it takes to purchase a home, because it is a journey,
It's
right?
definitely
Like,
a
so
journey.
you're trying to get your credit right. You want to make sure your reserves are where they should be. You want to make sure that you have the down payments necessary, the closing costs necessary in order to purchase a property. And you have not only been through every stage of that, right, but almost going through every stage of that twice, right?
Correct.
Like, because in 13 you had started to do it and then picked it up again in 15. So now we're going on almost 5 years, right, of you being a licensed real estate professional, right?
So, yes and no, and here's why. So I passed the exam in 15.
Okay.
My license, I didn't hang my license until 16, January of 16. So technically, I didn't do a deal or anything until my first deal I done in March of 16. So 2016 to now is technically how I like to run the numbers.
Gotcha. So in that time, would you consider yourself to be, or to have a niche? Like, are you a buyer's agent? Are you a commercial real estate broker? Are you, do you help with sellers? Where do you fall on that spectrum? Do you sell farmland? Do you help people buy farmland? Like, because with your license, you can help in all these areas of real estate.
Correct.
Where do you land?
Good question. So where I land, I work with buyers, sellers, and investors. I speak the language. And with first-time buyers, I really, for some reason, we become like friends, BFFs, with explaining the process and gaining their trust. It's like effortless, honestly. And then working with the sellers, helping them understand what's needed. Because I'm so fluent with the buyers, I know what the buyers are looking for, so I can transition that to the sellers when we're looking to sell their property. And then working with the investors. I understand the language with investors when they're looking in different areas because I'm working with buyers. Buyers are looking in this area, and this is what buyers are looking for in this area. So it's all like an umbrella, or I like to call it a dance. It's like a two-step.
Okay, I've never heard it described that way, but that makes sense. It's a two-step. You try not to step on anybody's toes, right?
No.
Or have anybody step on yours, right?
Correct.
So, in doing this, in working with buyers and sellers, I know of you to be huge in the community, to have a focus and a passion on helping specifically Black people in home ownership. Would you say you have a passion for our community and making them homeowners, and if so, why?
Oh, such a good question. So it's a two-part story, so to speak. So, born and raised on the south side, Woodlawn, Bronzeville area to be exact. And I'm very familiar with the government assistance programs because I come from nothing. So I can speak to that demographic in the language where they can better understand it because I know the struggle. I understand the struggle. I've lived through the struggle. I'm living through it and also going back to pull people in. So we didn't have a home coming up. Like my mom rented forever. Being the youngest of 6 children, I just assisted my oldest brother in purchasing his 3-unit in November of last year.
Congratulations to him.
Oh, I know, right? Veteran never used his VA and walked him through the entire process and getting it done. So I speak the language a little bit. So as my clients like to say, you speak it a little bit better than anyone. You explain the process and make it seem like it's so seamless.
Got it. And so, in having that ability, that layman's language, right?
I like
that
that.
Layman's language, being able to speak to people or meet people where they are. I imagine the connection you make with the community is a solid one.
So solid. As in our community, we like to say we keep it 100, right?
Not all the time, but every time.
Every time, yep.
So where would you say the state of housing in America right now? Where would you say we are? Are we thriving? Are we idling? Are we on a downturn? Where would you say we are right now?
Right now, the state of housing in the Black community is actually on a downturn. We're down like 2% from the last like 50 years.
Well, so 2% doesn't sound like a lot.
It
right?
doesn't
like
sound.
I buy 2% milk sometimes. Like 2% doesn't sound like, you go up 2%, you go down 2%. It doesn't seem like a lot. Why is 2%? Why is that so threatening?
So, and for our counterparts, the housing statistic is like, what, 70% or higher, where in the black community, home ownership is 40.6%.
So under 50%.
Correct. And it was 42% for the last 50 years, and we took a downturn and dive. Now we're at 40.6%. That's a big deal.
So if I have 10 people, 10 black people in a room, only 4 of them are homeowners?
That's about right. I know. Digest that.
10 people.
I know.
Out of every 10 black people, only 4 of them are homeowners. That sounds like a serious problem.
It's a huge problem in our community. And with that being said, that's why we meaning the Dearborn Realtist Board, we're having our State of Housing in Black America report.
Okay.
October 31st.
Is there an acronym for that?
Oh, the Sheba report.
The Sheba report. I like that. The Sheba report.
Yes.
And that stands for what again?
State of Housing in Black America.
Okay, so the Sheba report, what's in it?
So in the Sheba report, it's a lot of great statistics on what has taken place in the black community within the last year. It's from 2018, all in this report. So you get stats on what's going on in the black community and why the rate is the way that it is.
So not just not numbers, right? It's more of an explanation of those numbers.
Correct.
So if I'm trying to learn about real estate as it relates to the black community, I'm able to read the Sheba report and walk away understanding where we are as a people in terms of home ownership. Am I right in that assumption?
You are absolutely correct.
Okay, and you are a Dearborn Realtist member?
I am a board member.
Oh, excuse me. You are not just a Dearborn Realtist member. You
Correct.
are a Dearborn Realtist member on the board.
Correct. Board of directors. That's absolutely correct.
Board of directors. And why did you feel it was important to do that? I mean, just become a part of organization, paying your dues. You're still contributing as a member, but I imagine being on the board, you have much more responsibility. Why?
Yes,
why
that's
do that?
true. Much more responsibility.
Who has the time for that?
To whom much is given, much is required.
Okay.
That's the only thing that I can say.
Quotable.
Coming from the black community, understanding the struggle and the voice that I have in the community, since I'm a community advocate, the value and the benefit of being on the board, coming back, sharing what I'm hearing in the community, coming back and bringing it to the board, so this is how we can reach the people. That's exactly why I'm on the board.
And what capacity do you serve on the board?
So I'm the secretary for the Dearborn Realtist Board.
And what does that mean? Does that mean you get a pen and a pad, you take notes when people are speaking? Does that mean you if this is 1950, run for coffee? If somebody needs something, like what is a secretary in 2019 for the Dearborn Realtist Board? What does that responsibility look like? Anything
that the president, vice president, second vice president, anything that they need, I'm there for them.
Anything that they need.
Anything, however I can be of service, I'm there to assist.
So as a secretary, I'd imagine you're a bridge of some sort, right?
We can say that.
A filter.
I like that.
Right?
I like that.
A filter for information, right? So as a secretary, not only are you recording everything that's happening in time, but you're able to reach back and pull specific information to help us go forward, right?
That's true. Yes, I am.
Okay, and so Dearborn has a pretty special event coming up, don't we?
We definitely do.
Would you like to tell Realtist Nation about this special event?
Yes, so the special event that Daryl Powley is speaking of is the State of Housing in Black America. It is actually October 31st, unveiling the mask of home ownership. Oh, I love the title.
Okay.
So it's a masquerade party.
Wait, masquerade? So
yes, come out.
So that mask I kind of bought in April, waiting for October 31st. I get I get to come
Listen,
through with that.
dust it off.
Right.
And go ahead and put it on.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry to cut you off. So this is not just an information session, but there's going to be an entertainment aspect to that as well.
Yeah, so we are expecting the community stakeholders. We're expecting some state officials, government officials there. Entertainers will be there. We have 2 separate panels. You don't want to miss this event.
Wow. So I'm leaning towards that entertainment side. Right? So
okay.
can you tell me a little bit about who we
Who's
can
in the room?
expect to have? Who's in the
Ooh,
room?
so
Who's in the room? I
Who's
like
in the
that.
room?
Yeah.
So we'll have Waka Flocka is going to be there. We'll have NBA retired player Bobby Simmons will be there. It's talk about some other people I won't name,
Okay.
but I'll leave you with those.
Okay.
Those two.
And I understand that this event is being supported by some lending institutions.
Oh,
that,
we have some
wanna be
amazing
invested in Black
sponsors.
community.
Yes, we have
Okay.
Bank of America, Chicago Title, Country Financial will be there. Well, Bank of America is our marquee sponsor.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's a big
Marquee
deal.
meaning they spent the most money. Right? Realtist
Yes,
Nation,
they're
when
invested.
Marquee is a nice way of saying
Yes.
they came with a bag.
I mean,
right?
if you want to say it like that.
So it sounds like there's a mix, right? Of I understand that possibly be some aldermen, there'll be some politicians there.
Yes.
There'll be some entertainers. You mentioned Bobby Simmons. You mentioned Waka Flocka. I heard in the air that Leon Rogers might show up.
You know what?
I heard.
Leon is a great member with the Dearborn Realtist.
Also a member of Dearborn Realtist.
Yes. So he will be in the place to be, based on relationships that our president Courtney Jones have built. Yes.
Okay.
And some other names too.
Realtist Nation, I've been trying to get Courtney Jones to sit in this chair right
We're
here.
working on it.
It's extremely difficult. We are working on it.
He's building relationships throughout the community.
Okay.
That's why he couldn't be here.
Okay,
At the time.
it sounds like he prepped you to say that. It sounds like
It wasn't a prep. It's the truth. You don't have to prep the truth.
You don't have to prep the truth. That is the truth. Fosta Smith of what real estate brokerage?
Exit Strategy Realty.
Exit Strategy Realty. I just want to say it's been a pleasure to sit with you today and speak about what it takes to be a real estate agent, your road to becoming a real estate agent. I'm looking forward to the Halloween event, the masquerade event. I'm going to find my mask, Realtist Nation.
Yes.
There will be pictures of me in my mask at this real estate event. Do you have your mask?
I have my mask. Red mask. I've had it since January. I dust mine off. Figure out what dress I'm gonna wear with it.
Okay.
I have my daughters that maybe they can assist me. They're here in the studio with us.
I did see her daughters. They're out in the green room. They're very beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And very intelligent. We had some conversations while we were
Oh,
out there.
okay.
And, so you're doing an amazing job. You're doing an
thank
amazing
you.
job. I want to talk to you for a longer time, so when the cameras go off, we'll continue to talk about this event that's coming. And when is it?
October 31st at 6 p.m. It's going to be at Society,
Okay. And where is Society?
2201 West Walnut.
Okay. And who owns Society?
So Bobby Simmons is the owner of Society.
And Bobby Simmons is a former
NBA player.
Okay. Okay. So we're having an event, right?
Yep.
At Bobby Simmons, ex-NBA player.
Correct.
At his club?
His club is his establishment. We're so excited about it. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
It's a big deal. So you want to be there.
You want to be there. So this is October 31st, 2201 West Walnut Society. If you're not there, you will be depressed the next day when you find out what happened there.
Depressed the next day.
I am Darryl Powell Lee, real estate broker Darryl Powell Lee, and this is
Fosta Smith, real estate professional, unlocking your real estate needs.
And we are both Realtist members. This is the Realtist Report, and we'll see you next time.